after the New England Patriots defense forced 3 turnovers on 3 consecutive plays in the first quarter, the Browns might have exposed some cracks in the surface. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Mike Petraglia and Evan Lazar. Guys, we've talked so much about how dominating this defense is, and again on Sunday night against the Browns, they proved to be the most dominant. However, the run defense seemed like that's where the Browns could take advantage of them.
Now, look, Bill Belichick is not in the business of making excuses. But when Belichick says after this game here on Sunday night that it was wet, and when you have big bruising ball carriers like Nick Chubb who are wet and the ball's wet and the defenders are wet, sometimes it's going to be natural, just happens that a runner will run through a tackle. And it's going to happen much more often in conditions like this here on Sunday than it would normally. And I think that's Belichick's way of saying, look, you know, yes, there were some big breakaway runs, especially the Chubb 50-yard run in which he was caught by John Jones and then stripped of the ball. But on that play, there was, I think, 2 tackles that he just ran right through that ordinarily. I don't think you've seen the Patriots give up plays like that in broken tackles this year.
Yeah, I want to give some credit to the Browns, actually. The one thing that watching their tape this week and then watching here today is that Freddie Kitchens knows how to design a running game. He knows how to design a running game. He's a former running backs coach. That's where he started, and he's got a really good scheme. They have a lot of different things that they throw at you. They go inside, they go outside, gap, zone. They do a lot of things with Baker Mayfield involved with the RPOs or the read option type plays. So there's a lot to handle from this running game, and really it's been the best part of the Browns team all year long has been Nick Chubb in the running game. And Nick Chubb is also a fantastic running back.
He is.
One of the best after contact backs in the entire league. So the whole league has problems tackling Nick Chubb. It's not just the Patriots. Patriots, though, are a little bit undersized up front. They've run a lot of nickel and dime defense this year. That's what they kind of stick to with their base. So running on them could be something that they might give up every once in a while, because it's really just the 2 guys, Danny Shelton and Lawrence Guy. Those are the big guys that they have in the middle most of the time, and then there's a lot of linebackers and a lot of defensive backs on the field other than that. So I do think that schematically they're conceding the run a little bit in those respects, and I also think the Browns' running game is one of the better ones in the league.
The Patriots are now entering that time in the schedule where things are ramping up. They're about to face some much more difficult opponents. Do you think that their future opponents are going to look at this game and saw what Chubb was able to do and maybe feed off of that and try to work that into their game plan?
Well, I think with the Baltimore Ravens, they've always had a tradition of power football and the power run game. Even in the days with Joe Flacco, they wanted to run the ball, set up play action. And I think the Ravens are going to probably want to test that again with the Patriots after what they saw here on Sunday. But I will say, I'll come back to this point. I think the Patriots, and I don't have the metrics, Evan, to back this up, but they have got to be the best open field tackling defense in the NFL. Far. And they showed it again here, even in inclement conditions on Sunday afternoon. They made several outstanding tackles in open space.
The problem with leaning on the running game against the Patriots is you need to have a certain type of game script in order to do that. The main thing is you got to be able to keep it close. You got to keep the game close. It's got to be a 1-score game or even playing with the lead. If you're 2 scores behind like Cleveland was today and you're running the ball on 1st and 20 in the 4th quarter down 2 touchdowns, you're losing the game. That's not a good way to go.
As soon as it was 24-10, you felt like the game was over.
You got to throw the ball. You got to go. At that point especially, you have to be able to throw the ball. So the only way that you can truly beat the Patriots with just a good rushing attack is if your defense plays lights out. If that defense gives up anything, then all of a sudden the running game, you get behind. You're not going to score enough points to keep up with Tom Brady if you're just running the football and you're not passing it effectively. So I think there is a script that they could do it. Pittsburgh last year kind of put this on tape, right? Where they won the game 17-10. They played fantastic defense that day. The Patriots offense wasn't at its best, and that James Conner ran all over. Jalen Samuels actually it was at the time, ran all over the Patriots. That's a game script that you can beat New England with, but that's a very difficult one to replicate. You have to have the defense and you have to have the running game to do it.
I'm glad I gave you the reps upstairs in the press box to repeat that. And you executed it perfectly, Evan.
Amazing. This Patriots Press Pass is brought to you by Keeps. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss now, go to keeps.com/garden to get your first treatment for free. That is keeps.com/garden. For all the rest of our Patriots content, head to our website at clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel at CLNS Media.